have an awesome vlog for you guys today. I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the Denon Prime 4 setup. Okay guys, so I've decided to do an unboxing process of the Denon DJ Prime 4 unit. The reason why is I want to show you guys, for those of you who are interested in picking up the Prime 4 unit, what comes in the box and what's actually inside the box when it arrives at your doorstep from Denon DJ. A lot of people have actually been really interested in how I learned how to DJ, what units I practiced on and learned on, and my very first controller was a Newmark Mixtrack Platinum, and that thing was really easy to learn how to use, but it limited my DJing capabilities and also how much I wanted to learn as a DJ. After I learned how to use the Newmark Mixtrack Platinum, I felt like my DJing skills were very limited. Not by the controller, but I guess by the controller, because there's only so many things that I could do with the Mixtrack Platinum compared to moving up to which then I upgraded to the Denon MCX 8000. That Newmark Mixtrack Platinum and the 8000 were night and day. The Mixtrack Platinum, I probably relate it to like a Honda Civic that was boosted, trying to be an all-performance type of car. But then the 8000 was something that was already a street modified car coming from the dealer. It had a lot of power, a lot of potential, and that's why I decided to upgrade from the the Newmark Mixtrack Platinum to the 8000. But then moving to the Prime 4, I felt like from the 8000 to the Prime 4, it really helped me progress into a professional style DJ with all the options and the versatility with the Prime 4 unit. Once more guys, I wanted to do an unboxing process of the Denon Prime 4 because what's inside of this box is super cool. I love the way they package it and get you excited with this unit and moving into just playing with. I've had some questions why I decided to go with Denon over Pioneer and some of the other controllers as well. And the reason why I went with Denon is I did a lot of my research prior to buying my Newmark Mixtrack Platinum and then my Denon MCX 8000, and that was down to their customer service. I do own a Prime 4 unit right now, and this is actually a warranty unit that was being sent to me because my Prime 4 had a little bit of issues, some buttons weren't working properly, and guys, the customer service that comes with a Denon Prime 4 unit is phenomenal, hands down the best. First things first, when you guys get your Denon Prime 4 unit, make sure that the box is not damaged in any way. You'll have maybe a few bent corners, but there's no gaping holes, there's no punches into it, the packaging is not damaged at all. If it is, definitely get on the phone with InMusic Brands and give them a call. Make sure that the packaging is okay because they will take care of you if this did come damaged. I've had a few Prime 4 units, guys, and one thing when I always take this out of the box, it is such a pain in the butt to take the unit out of the box. So I'm going to show you a few processes before the unit actually comes out of the box. It's so awkward and big, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I know this sounds completely dorky and cheesy, but one thing I love, and with all the warranty Prime 4s that I've got, every time that I get the Prime 4, they are always packaged the same exact way. And with my previous career, I'm very like grocery store mindset. I like labels facing out. I like the organization of things being stacked nicely on a display. And check this out. 10 out of 10 so far. The unit comes right side up. It's not packaged backwards in any way. And right when you open this box, you can see how awesome the Prime 4 unit is right here. See what I mean? It's kind of a pain in the butt to get out of the box. Now that you have the Prime 4 out of the box, I want to tell you guys something. Do not throw away the shipping cardboard box. Fold it down, break it down, put it somewhere safe, because if you need to ever have your Prime 4 unit warrantied out, you're going to have to send everything back to Denon and Music Brands, and they'll warranty everything out. So keep it, reserve it, do not throw away or discard it. A lot of people have been asking me when I'm in a club or if I'm doing a set why I decided to upgrade from the Denon MCX 8000 to the Denon Prime 4. And the reason why is this touch screen right here. It's a 10-inch touch screen, and I love it. I grew up learning how to DJ using Serato, and I love seeing the wave formats in front of me. And with the 8000 being on two different sides of the controller, it kind of threw me off. I was never able to mix by ear. I was never able to mix without using a computer. And so with the Denon DJ Prime 4, this thing really upped my game as a DJ, but it also made me more of a professional DJ, if that makes sense, being able to have everything in front of me, not have a laptop, and all that fun jazz. The other reason why I love this over the 8000 is it is so much more versatile, I would say. There's a lot more things you can do when you're mixing and everything's right in front of you. With like the Numark Mix Track Platinum and a little bit of the 8000, you had to kind of search for things within the unit and be able to tweak the sound and be able to do transitions a little bit different than the Denon DJ Prime 4, and I'll go over that in a little bit. There are some things that I love about the MCX 8000 compared to the Denon Prime 4, but I think it's pick and choose. If you upgrade to a vehicle from a previous vehicle, there are things you're going to love about your previous one and things you're going to love about the newer one, and vice versa, things that you might not like with the new car with things that you didn't like with the old car, whatever it might be. So from the Prime 4 to the 8000, I really love the Prime 4. I think this is a very hands down solid unit, and I think for a lot of clubs, smaller venues, DJs, I think you guys need to start moving into the Prime 4 because it is so awesome to use. It's so versatile with a lot of DJs. If you're going from Pioneer to Numark to Denon, whatever it might be, you'll be able to kind of plug and play and just use the different types of software like Engine Prime and things like that. If you guys are like me and you want to put a lot of care and attention into how you unbox things, just be really super careful because at some point you might need to throw your unit back in the box for storage, for traveling, whatever it might be. So just try to be super careful with the unboxing process as much as possible. As I mentioned, every warranty unit that I've got from Denon and Music brand has come exactly packaged the same way from the first one till the third or fourth one, however it might be, however many it might be. So I'm gonna open this and there's a little secret something in here that I really, really like. So I wanna see if they did it with this one as well. So this is what I was talking about. It's like a little poster, Denon DJ Prime series. I don't know why, but it's just me being cheesy. It's a little like greeting card when you open the package, like, hey, thank you so much for buying this. This is what we focus on, our attention. I don't know. But I think it's really awesome that they put this little poster in here or whatever you want to call it, just to look cool, I guess. Little details. I love little details that people do in packaging items and sending items to customers and things like that. So I think this is a little detail. All right off the bat, you have your power cable right here. Nothing too fancy, but I always make sure that everything that I get in the packaging is really well packaged. There's nothing damaged about it. Everything looks okay for usage. And the thing that I love with the Prime 4 unit is it's pretty much a plug and play unit. You plug it into an outlet, you hook up your audio equipment, and boom, it's ready to go. Well, besides having your USB thumb drive or installing an internal drive with this for your music. Other than that, you guys can start playing after you unbox this, which is really awesome. This next part, be very, very, very super careful. If you want to take a look here inside the packaging, this little rectangle piece, that is your LCD screen. So when you go to lift this out, do not touch this area. Kind of grab right here or right here. And then pretty much anywhere right here is okay to grab. The reason why you don't want to grab right here is this is the LCD screen and you don't want to damage that in any way. So just be very careful. I got stuck for a second. Very carefully transport this onto a solid table, kind of platform, whatever it is. And I'm going to pull this little piece out really quick before I move the box, and I'll go over exactly all the contents in here. Before we move on to the actual unveiling of the Prime 4 unit, I want to show you guys exactly what's in all this. I'll cover this part up, but what you'll get is a serial number. Make sure you keep that. Your serial number will be on the box of the Denon Prime 4 unit, the shipping case, and also on the bottom of the unit itself. They put that in multiple areas just so you don't lose that serial number. So if you need a warranty claim, you know exactly where it's at. This is one of your USB cables that hooks up to the back of the unit to a computer, laptop, I believe. I haven't really used this much, so I've really had no use for it, but it's awesome that they supply you with the proper hardware to make the unit work with different types of media sources. Okay, this guy's right here is one of my favorite little details about the Prime 4 unit that InMusic Brand DJ does with the Prime 4 controller. And it's the safety of the screen. I know I'm super cheesy, guys, but the quality of this screen cover is super awesome. I like how it's either engraved or they use like some type of compression to put the thing in there when they make the plastic case cover, but it has a nice like felt cover in there for the screen, so it's not going to get scratched. It's super soft right there. But anytime I am not using my Prime 4 unit, I always have this hard case over the screen right there, just for extra protection. There's been times where I've been setting up my unit, getting ready to perform, and I like go to reach for something and I accidentally hit the case, and it's nothing hard. It's probably maybe something like this, and the screen cover's been on there where it's helped actually protect the screen. So I think it's an awesome idea that they did this. So yeah, you get like a little microfiber terry cloth. There's a few different, it looks like 2 different textures on each side, but it's almost like an eyeglass cleaner that you would use to like wipe your glasses with. And I've used it a few times, used it on my glasses. It's pretty cool. But I'm gonna go into what the screen has on it as well as the unit. There's these little protective plastic slips, I guess you would call it, on the screen itself. I never take those off, and I'm not going to talk about it just yet. I want to show you guys a little bit more of why I keep those screen covers on, and pretty much I don't really use this at all. You have other information within the unit as well. There's a quick starter guide, just some more information from Denon and InMusic Brands, download software instructions. The last thing I want to show you guys in this little care package that they sent with the unit is this awesome quick start guide to the Denon Prime 4. Now, if you guys are just starting out and learning how to DJ, or you don't know this controller, read this, you know, front to back, left to right, top to bottom, because it gives you every single piece of information that you need to know about the unit. How to hook up speakers, how to hook up your laptop, whatever it might be, different media outlets as well. It just, to me, it's very in-depth of what each knob does, what the purposes of each knob and controller is, and it's like a map to the unit. So definitely make sure you read this, but I also love the quality of the quick start guide. And again, it's a small detail. I'm a small details kind of guy, but they put a lot of care and attention into the packaging process, not only the unit and the boxing itself, but actually what comes with the unit. So Denon DJ, you're doing a really super solid job with even just the small stuff within the packaging as well. I've gone ahead and removed the styrofoam from the unit itself. There's nothing too exciting about that. Just throw that over there for now. I'm going to start unwrapping this. And again, I mentioned this several times already, but the detail that they put into the wrapping is so awesome. The amount of detail within the construction, the durability, the overall sturdiness of this controller is so awesome. I'm going to tell you guys right now, the reason why I'm getting this replacement sent out to me is on deck 2, this cube button right here was no longer working. Out of the whole unit, everything else worked perfect except for that. So it's kind of like a fluke little flaw that happened within that button. Maybe I pressed it too much and used my headphones on deck 2 quite a bit compared to all the other decks, but overall the quality of this, like even lifting the touch screen up, it's very sturdy. And if you want to come around here, you can see the touch screen has this little kickstand right here, and it has these little notches where you can adjust the screen level. And again, another phenomenal detail that Denon DJ put into the Prime 4 unit to make sure that the screen capabilities and the purpose of the screen was really thought about in the construction of this. If you could tell right here, I don't have the kickstand up, but the overall durability and construction of the screen is awesome. It holds itself in position without the kickstand. So that says a lot about how well the unit was constructed. You can, when I play with the platters, you can see the platters move pretty solid. They're not super loose at all, but they have a lot of good motion and range. I don't know if you can hear the construction going on, but so we have this massive hot dog in our house, right? This is our heater for the house. Really great, but there's a gaping hole right there that leads to outside, and there's a buttload of construction noise that's going on. So guys, I apologize. Try to zone that out. I'm just gonna continue the video on right now. As I mentioned, there are some little plastic films that come on the controller that I intentionally leave on. And the reason why I leave them on is to help protect the unit as much as possible. It doesn't affect the unit in any way. As you can see, the screen has this little plastic film, almost like you'd get on a brand new smartphone. And then the platters have the film as well with the red tabs. I do not touch these at all. I leave them on. It doesn't affect the performance of the platter in any way. I've tested it in several different ways. And there's some more plastic film, and it's really hard to see right here along these controls, but there's another plastic film on each side. I don't touch those whatsoever. I leave them on the unit, and the reason why is just me being a complete dork. I feel like it helps protect the unit from scratches, especially on the screen, with getting scratched using your finger. If you might have debris on your finger and then you use the slide option with the touch screen, I don't want to damage it, and it helps the resale factor. It also helps the warranty claim and issue where Denon doesn't have to replace so many things with a unit, such as the platters being scratched, the screen being scratched. It's just another little safety net with protecting the unit as much as possible, like the screen protection hard case cover right there. Now guys, when I go to perform, as you can tell, this cable for the unit is not too terribly long. I like it and I don't like it. The reason why I like it is because it's not long where you're going to be tripping on it. I feel like it's the right size, but I also feel like it's not long enough because there have been some places where I've performed and I've needed to use extension cords. For me, wanting to protect the unit, if you guys do need an extension cord, always put a very solid, well-known surge protector on it. You never know what could happen. I've been performing and the power's gone out and everything's been cut off. And that's just scary to me, especially like if you have a laptop or a desktop and the power just shuts off. It's really not good for the unit and not good for the electronics to just shut off without properly shutting down properly. So always try to have a surge protector if there's some sort of surge within the electrical units that's going to protect the unit. So keep that in mind when you're putting extension cords on. The power button is located at the top right back corner of the unit right here, and all you need is just one solid press to it. It's not an actual switch, like a toggle switch or a light switch of some sort. It's just a button that you press, and one thing that Denon did so cool about this is if I were to press this again, it's not going to shut the unit off. A warning screen is going to come up on the display and it's going to ask me if I want to power off the unit, which is super, super cool. I've seen a lot of DJs, such as Jaws, touch a lot of the back part of the unit. For some reason, he'll be DJing and he'll just slide his hands along the backside, and it's just really, really bizarre. Now, if he was using this, I feel like he'd be able to like press that button by accident and shut the unit off by accident. So a nice little feature that it doesn't completely shut off if you accidentally press it. I'm gonna nerd out right here. This is one of my favorite things about the unit is just how it turns on. The lighting sequence, I feel like it does system checks and all the lights are checking themselves and making sure that everything's working properly. Again, it's just me nerding out, but I love that whole feature that Denon did with the Prime 4. So for me guys, when I DJ on the Prime 4, I always have a USB drive. And thanks to Laid Back Luke guys, if you are a USB type of DJ, always have backups of USBs. Have your friend who's coming with you, them carry one, you carry one, and maybe put one in a backpack or your pocket as well. When I'm always doing a set, I have at least 2 to 3 extra USBs. And that has actually come in really super handy. I've lost one, I thought it was in my pocket, but my friend that was coming with me, they actually carried an extra backup USB for me, so I was still able to perform. So Laid Back Luke, thank you so much for that tip there. Always carry extra USBs with you. Now, if you don't want to do the USB option, the thing that Prime 4 has is the ability, I'm going to see if I can do this carefully, I'm going to put the screen back down, is underneath you have the ability to install an internal drive. This little box right here, if you undo it, you can put an internal drive to store all your music and instead of using the USB option. I haven't done that with any of my Prime 4s just yet. I don't know if I'm interested in doing it just because I'm used to the USB option. I think it's great to have all your music right there, but I don't know why I haven't done it yet. Your USB ports are going to be on the far right side. You also have an SD port as well. I've never used the SD port. I've always just used USBs. And just like a computer, it's going to recognize when it's being loaded. Now, as you can see, it's asking me if I want to load the profile off of the USB. And absolutely I do. And this is so great right here. It already automatically knows that I need to do an update for the firmware. So that's a whole other video I'm not going to get into right now, but every time your firmware is out of date, it's going to come with this message whether to update or not. And I'm just going to hit remind me later. Every time I get a warranty replacement, guys, I always check to make sure that the faders and my BPM faders are working properly. I make sure that all my filter knobs are working, everything feels smooth, my hot cues work properly. I know I mentioned that the headphone cue button right here wasn't working on my last unit. I've had some other issues with hot cues not working as well and songs not playing, so I'm going to go through just a few different checklists of my own to make sure that this unit is working fine and reading off of the USB properly. So I'm just going to pick a playlist, scroll through it, pick one right here, try to load that. Like this, Laid Back Luke, that's a really good track if you guys haven't heard it yet. So I loaded it onto deck 1 right here. And before I go on, I love this feature right here. Check this out. I can expand the wave format right there. I think that's so cool how the Prime 4 has that capability. But I'm just going to go through and make sure everything works. This little light turns on when I'm at the exact BPM for this song. That's good. I can see the wave format expanding and contracting. I'm going to try all my cues that I have set up. I'm going to try just a loop to make sure that it works. Now, I don't have any speakers or anything set up to this, so I don't know if the volume's actually working. I could try it on my headphones and just have the cue on for the headphones, but I'm not too terribly concerned about that right now. The knobs actually feel really, really super solid. They're nice and firm. They're not loose. If you guys have used other units before and over time you notice that the fader, the low pass, high pass, the knobs feel really like loose. They're very easy to use. These actually have a lot of tension, which is awesome. I personally love that because it's almost like a throttle of a car. You know how much throttle to give it based off of its tension. And yeah, everything feels really great about it. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this vlog. I'm not going to go too much more into the Denon Prime 4 unit because in other videos I want to show you guys the awesome features of the Prime 4, maybe even how to set up cue points, how to do different types of transitions. I want to talk about some of the other cool techniques within the unit and the techniques that I use to DJ as well, whether it's setting up cue points, using some of the different types of effects, whatever it might be. Those are going to be new and upcoming videos. Make sure you guys check out my Instagram, SKEDDY Official, as well as Google Play, iTunes, and Share the love. Pass my music off to your friends, family. Guys, thank you so much for love, help, and support in my DJing and producing aspirations. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for the next video.